All right, we are here for the April 2020 business energy reading. I'm so excited about this pick a deck. And if you haven't watched any of my other business energy readings, I do them for the new moon, the full moon, and of course for the month, just like this one. So make sure to check out that playlist if you want some more details, or if you want to work with me individually, check out in the description below some ways that we can get started. So now with all that, let's jump into it. All right, so let me introduce the decks for this pick a deck. We have deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Again, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. If you need to, go ahead and pause this video, take a really good deep breath before picking the deck. I know I had a comment not that long ago, someone saying, I have a hard time picking the deck, what should I do? Sometimes when I just meditate on what I would like to have happen for that coming month, or whatever the situation is, depending on what kind of pick a deck you're doing, and I just sit there, take a few deep cleansing breaths, all of a sudden I can see the number, hear a noise, or in this case, maybe identify with one of the colors. And then I know exactly which deck to go for. I know other people say to turn around and then look back, and the first one that catches your eye, choose that one. So there's going to be a method that you come up with that's good for you, but I always say it's a good idea to take a deep breath, to get yourself grounded and centered, and then make your choice. So go ahead, like I said, pause this video if you need to, and then come back, and we're going to start out with deck number 1. All right, here we are with deck number 1. I'm excited for this. This is all about April 2020, the business energy reading. I'm excited for you, deck choosers. Number 1, we're going to get into it. There's a few things I'm doing a little differently today. That was kind of called to do. It says, surprise! We've got a different part to the deck we're going to pick. We're going to look for your miracle that's sprouting, that's been watered for you, that is already blooming in April. I know, I like that too. This actually gives you this really good mantra to go with, and this will serve you throughout April. So let's see what your mantra is, deck choosers. Number 1. Whoa. Go. I choose to reinterpret my fears with a more loving perspective. I choose to reinterpret my fears with a more loving perspective. Ooh, that's a good one. So what I like is with this mantra, there's fears that come up all the time. I'm not filming this April 1st or anything. I'm filming this in March, but I know already there's going to be fears around your business, fears just in society in general, because why? Because they're always there, right? So there's always this opportunity to reinterpret your fears with more love. So how can you come at things from a space and place of love, right? So I'm going to leave that here to help us out as we look at this. So when I said I was doing things a little differently, deck choosers, number 1, if you've watched my other pick a decks, I have a whole stack of cards and we just read out the story as they come. I was told to do something a little differently. Off to my side here, I have a few other decks that I'm going to be choosing from as we go through your central deck here. So our first card here is Earth, Spring. Now, isn't that nice? Because we are in the spring as I am taping this. So it's like, for me, I'm going to put this over here too, right under our mantra. I think we're going to see a lot of hope, a lot of desire to do things different, a lot of newness. And there's something about April, I've always heard April showers bring May flowers, right? I was brought up with that. I live in Texas. I can't say that holds true. In May, we're starting to burn everything almost out of the soil. But that idea of spring and renewal. So if your business is kind of flatlined or stagnated, I see a lot of renewal coming, washing away of things, just really seeing what's good about the work that you've been doing. So even if it's not stagnating, if it's like slowly moving forward, you might see more of exponential growth. All right, let's see what else we got here. Our story starts out with the moon tree, emergence, and celebration. Well, I can't say that I'm mad at any of those. The moon tree, emergence, and celebration. So it looks like you have everything to be excited about here, right? Deep intuition going on with this moon tree, learning of new things through emergence, and then being able to celebrate. So far, so good, deck choosers. One. Let's see. We've also got purification by water. I know I just said April showers, so of course that's amusing to me. If you're into numerology, this is card number 32. This is card 41, amethyst, and card number 9, a hidden gift. I like gifts. Don't you like gifts? Choosers number 1. I know you do. I know you do. So let's look a little bit further at these and see how this is going to bring into our story. And we're going to start bringing in these other decks. So we have purification by water, emotional cleansing and rejuvenation, which totally makes sense with our moon tree here. We've got amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence, which of course it's emerging. It's almost as if I'm looking at these two in conjunction with one another. If you have not been as visible as you could be, I didn't say should be. Notice I'm not shoulding on you. I said it could be, right? This has to come in from that desire to actually be seen. So if you haven't been as visible as you could be, you've done some of the work, because sometimes it's just hard to be visible, right? We've been taught to be invisible, to kind of stay with our heads down so we could go along to get along. And this is pushing you to say, okay, you've done the inner work. You've done the transformative work. You have now transformed. Now it's time to emerge. It's time to get out there and be seen. And then there's a lot of celebrations. And in our hidden gift here, this is interesting. I love 9 because 9 always connects wisdom to me as a number. Now, you in numerology can tell me something different, and I'll be okay with that. Just telling you what it means to me. A hidden gift, sadness, and ending a new beginning. You know, sometimes when we've done the transformative work, we are new people, right? And we have shed things that were part of our identity before, part of your business. So this could be shedding some programs or some services in favor of other programs and services. But I really feel like it's more of shedding an image, guys. So are you rebranding, perhaps? I don't know. There's something there. There's something there. All right, so let's see what else we've got for you guys. This is for my deck choosers, number 1. Whoa, we've got a couple cards that bounced out here. Let me give you guys these. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups. All of these reverse. That's very, very interesting. So it's like there was some work done, right? And it didn't quite feel, it didn't feel wrong and it didn't feel right. It just felt like it is, right? And I think that's before the transformation or during that transformational time. And then we moved over to a lot of emotional upset here at the 8 of Cups, but starting to come together, but still not feeling quite right. So maybe that, like I said, there is that desire not quite to be seen. Like, is it really okay to be seen? Yes. Here's your permission slip. It's okay to be seen. And then over here with our celebration, still that 2 of Cups reversed. But I don't see it so much as sadness here. It's almost like tears of joy. I don't know. Let's see what else we've got going on. This will be very interesting here for deck choosers number 2. I want a little bit more clarification on this 2 of Cups, right? Let's see what we've got here for clarification for our 2 of Cups reversed here. We've got our 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. Four of Pentacles and our Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So we've got quite a bit going on here. So like I said, kind of tears of joy. We've got the spoils of a hunt here depicted with Orion. And it really is that, the spoils of a hunt. It's kind of like, again, it's celebratory. It's something that you didn't think that you could do. And here's that, what was hidden, that hidden gift that's ready to birth out. So it's as if everything has come through. You've gone through this transformation. You're starting to see the abundance. So be very, very excited with that. I have a feeling that I'm just to pick out a couple more cards for you guys. So let me see what that tells me. Of course, like I said, this is your time for renewal in April. Even if you're going through this cycle, and I love how you had your main mantra here. I choose to reinterpret my fears with a more loving perspective, because you're going to need that. You're going to need a lot of love as you go through this transformation. And I'm getting transmission. So maybe that you are channeling something, you're downloading something new that's going to be brought in. Because it can be fairly upsetting to go through something like this kind of transformation. So let's see what else I'm supposed to share with you. What else do I need to share with deck choosers? Number 1. So one more thing. Okay, this is great. 10 of Cups. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see this 10 of Cups? Can you see it? I'm just going to leave it here because it's a place where I can put it easily. What a beautiful celebration. So it's just more celebration, more happiness. It's like coming, I love how this is the rainbow coming behind this 10 of Cups, because it's like you came through the storm. And now you're into the beauty. Now you're into the abundance. You're into not only emotional stability, but what I'm seeing also is financially stable. Just really feeling free. And I think here, free to be who you are. So do that inner work. Make sure that you're doing that during April. If you've already started doing it in March, you're walking into April, doing that work so you can start transitioning out, being more visible, being more of who you are, because it's there. You're going to find out you are even more amazing than you thought that you were. And that is definitely what I'm seeing here with the spoils, with the emergence here, with the hidden gift. You are more amazing than you thought you were, but you got to go through the transformation first. You have to do that inner work so it can start showing back out. All right, that is what I have for you, deck choosers. Number 1, don't forget to like this video and let me know in the comments if you have any questions whatsoever. I would love to give some encouraging words to you, some support, some things to help you move forward in April. And with that, I say peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 2, this is your business energy reading for April 2020. And before we get started, I want to go ahead and give you a mantra for April, something to really help you get into the spirit of what's going on and really flow with the energy, something you can say to yourself on the daily. So let's see what that is going to be for you, deck choosers number 2. Let's see what's coming out of here for us. Here we go. If I want to feel supported, I must support myself. Talk about some empowerment. If I want to feel supported, I must support myself. Very awesome. Very good. Let's see what else we have going on. We've got our first card here, and I am doing it differently this time. So if you like this kind of thing, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. This is kind of a new way I was given to do things. So I'm going to be using these other decks and bringing them in as we go through. I'm not sure how. I kind of am finding out deck by deck how that's going to happen, but let's look at this first. So we are given the Wisdom card of Truth. Wow. Okay, so I just want to stop right there because we had two very powerful cards really pulling this all together already. The mantra, if I want to feel supported, I must support myself, and the wisdom of truth. Be truthful with yourself. That's the greatest support you can give to yourself. Be truthful with yourself. I'm not sure what else is going to come out during this reading, but like I mean that really loud and clear, that this is your time to learn how to tell yourself the truth. Use April that way, to tell yourself the truth. There's so many ways that it's almost as if we don't want to hurt our own feelings. We don't necessarily tell ourselves the truth, or that we really beat ourselves up. The opposite can be true too, where we're so hypercritical of ourselves that we can't see what's right in front of our faces. You know, take every opportunity when something good happens to you, when you do something well, to celebrate it. And equally, every time something kind of goes awry, take an opportunity to reflect, to see what the heck happened. Something probably did, and it's probably something that's easy to correct if you want to take a moment of reflection, right? Sometimes we are fortunate enough to get what I call near misses, right? Meaning that, let's see, how do I want to put this? When we're fortunate enough to get those near misses, it just means something could have happened, but it didn't. You know, I just watched an old movie the other day, and someone said, "There by the grace of God go I." Like, I could be destitute or in that person's situation, except that, you know, I was saved by grace. I want you to look at those near misses that way and say, yes, I was saved by grace, but what precipitated me almost being in that situation? What almost made the situation go awry? That's the reflection piece. I mean, just because there were no harsh consequences or less harsh consequences, doesn't mean if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, something might, you know, you might actually really suffer. So when you have those moments, you're like, whew, just messed on that one. Make sure to also make it a moment of reflection. All right. That was a lot for just at the beginning. We haven't gotten to the rest of the cards. Let's get in here. We've got meditation. Talk about reflection. We've got fear. Very interesting. And we've got love. Can I say right now that love is greater than fear? You don't mind me saying that? All right. Oh, we've got another one here. My bad. Let's pull this over. We've got embrace. Every one of these is different. So when I'm not paying attention, I don't really look and see how many I got to turn over. So, and we've got embrace. So this actually tells even a more beautiful story. So, you know, in April, you're supporting yourself. You're telling yourself the truth. You're going to find out those things as you meditate, right? And as you go through your meditation practice, you're going to come upon your fears, no doubt. And sometimes we don't want to look at them. But when we look at them with love, and this had to do, I think, with the last deck's mantra, right? When you look at things with love, it changes everything. Coming from that space and place and love. And in this case, I'm going to say really embracing. It doesn't mean to go somewhere negative or anything like that. Or in this case, we're going somewhere dark, right? We're doing some shadow work here. But embracing things with love. Embracing your inner child. Letting them know it's okay. You're the adult. You can handle the things. And together you can move forward. You can do a lot of healing work. That's what I'm seeing. And that way you're telling yourself the truth. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got Zen Garden. Are you kidding me? Very more meditation. For you guys that are into numerology, this is number 38. So Zen Garden, Inner Sanctuary Meditation. And we've got Moonlight. Remember, I did say something about shadow work. All right, this is number 36, Travel, Romance, and Potential. So this actually brings out something else. I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. I'm not going to see if it proves out anything else yet because we're going to get into these other decks. But if there's that time where you can travel, where you can do retreats, my apologies, or anything like that, that would be awesome. Like this is the time to go and seek those things out. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of potential there for you and for your clients. If you say, oh, I don't want to put on a huge retreat and invite a bunch of people, like that's too stressful. I'm not asking or even suggesting that you stress out. I mean, if you're used to doing that kind of thing, or if you've been waiting to see if it's time to do that kind of thing, this is your invitation. On the other hand, you can always just do a half-day VIP day with someone, or a full day, or a weekend, like whatever it takes, whatever makes sense for your clients, and help them go deep. Help them suss out some of those things they don't want to look at. And you're thinking, oh, so this is only spiritual work. No. Sometimes, yes, it is the spiritual work. And other times, it's just the nuts and bolts of their business, or whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is you do, right? Where you have to kind of go deep into what they do and help them change things. So it doesn't matter if that's a workout routine and you watch them work out and you give them pointers, or you look at their entire diet plan if you do some kind of health thing. Of course, I do business coaching, so it could mean, yes, doing mindset work, but it also could mean, yes, looking deep in their business and looking at that structure and looking at their funnels or however they have things set up and making changes there. It's just all about really going deep. All right. So with that said, let's see what else we can get for deck choosers number 2 for some more clarity on these different aspects. Let's see what we can do for deck choosers number 2. I don't know, that one came off the bottom, guys. Let's see. What is this story? Her moon? Are you guys kidding me? And we've got one more popping out, I know. One more to come out. Okay. So we've got quite a bit here. Adding to this. So we start over here with the Hierophant reversed, which is associated with Taurus. So if you've never looked at your natal chart, now's the time to bust out that natal chart or learn how to run one. And look where Taurus is in there. Or if the Taurus, talk about this. We've got the moon, we've got Taurus, we've got Pluto, where things are in your natal chart, or if this is associated with your divine client archetype. If you have any questions about that, hit me down below in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those questions. But let's start over here with the Hierophant reversed. Okay, we got the Hierophant reversed. We've got the moon. The High Priestess, which is associated with the moon. The Queen of Wands reversed. And Judgment reversed, which is associated with Pluto. So, this is very, very interesting. I love this Queen of Wands. I've got a lot I want to say here. Let's start over here with the Hierophant. All right, so we've got, remember before I said, hey, this is the time of meditation, going within, etc. And then also maybe like a retreat or something like that. But definitely learning how to embrace your own stuff, your own fears, how to love your inner child. So with the Hierophant, what I'm seeing here is maybe it's also some time for you to kind of turn your upbringing on its head. So this is relating back to that inner child. A lot of people, and I'm not saying you're one of them, but kind of if you're raised in Western culture, well, not even Western, all. There were some religious overtones, right? There was some dogma you were fed. And that's where it's saying, don't look at that. Don't let that weigh you down. That's what I'm seeing here. That sometimes just being stuck in that rut and having it run you, like old tapes running in your head, right? To let go of those because they no longer are safe. It's sometimes people associate safety with luxuriousness. So ponder that as well. And then we move over to the High Priestess, right? So we have kind of what I want to call orthodox or mainstream religious views to a more mystical inner view, right? More in line with the meditation in the Zen garden and empowering yourself and hunting for the truth. That is what you're finding here, doing that shadow work with the moon. Okay? The High Priestess. So the High Priestess typically stands between the two worlds of what we think of more as the mystical and more the physical, or the 3D and the 5D. That's what we're looking here with the High Priestess. And that's a bridge, that's a transition that you make for yourself. And it's so important in your business, because as you go up in consciousness or ascend in consciousness, and like whatever word you want to use there, as you deepen that within yourself, it emanates and lifts others around you. It lifts your clients. It lifts your employees or whomever you're working with. It's very important. So inner work, inner work, inner work. Work on that shadow work. All right. So moving over here to the Queen of Wands. So I, in general, love the Queen of Wands. A lot of fire, a lot of Leo energy. And in this case, you see the Queen of Wands reversed. So it's kind of like, it doesn't need to like be so hot, burn so brightly. And usually I'm like, burn, like be a beacon, get out there, right? That's typically who I am and what I would tell others to do. But it's not like you need to push it to get out there. You're going to emanate whatever it is that you need to emanate. In this case, love. You will already be that fire. You don't have to push it. Some people need to push themselves. Okay? Deck choosers number 2. I'm not saying that you need to push it. You don't need to be a caricature of who you are. Just being who you are is enough. Being who you are and remembering that love that's in your heart and your soul, that is enough. That burns brightly enough. Okay? And then moving over to Judgment reversed. So it was interesting. I don't know if I said this for you guys earlier or not, or if I said in a different deck about being judgy with yourself. In this case, it's not about being judgy with yourself. And I usually love the Judgment card, just in general, because it kind of brings, it heralds toward the end, right? It's going toward the World card. With this case reversed. So it's not a time to judge. It's just a time to love. It's a time like, it's right here below embrace. It's a time to really just love. Don't judge. Don't judge the fears. Don't judge others when they come to you, your clients or anything like that. It's not for you to judge. It's for you to love and for you to embrace and to emanate, to allow that change to happen by people literally being in your presence. Whew. Whoa, that was a lot. Deck choosers number 2. Let's see what else we got for you. See if we got anything else for you. Okay. Oh my God. What was that? The 8 of Pentacles. Got one more out of here. Well, maybe I got 2. We've got the Sun, and we've got the 10 Wands. Okay. So these cards, again, it just continues with that story. There's that hard work that you're doing. In this case, it's still that hard inner work. Like, I just keep coming back. I feel like I'm telling a parable. I just keep coming back around the mulberry bush. And there's this celebration, there's this explosion, there's this creativity, there's this like joy that comes out of this as you start working through, right? That love, that burst of joy and happiness. I love it. And then it's not that it's work, right? And that's what I'm seeing here. I don't know why, because that's not necessarily how I would interpret this card, but that's what I'm feeling. It's not work to have that embrace. It just feels natural. You know, like when you see someone and you just want to hug them, you don't know why, you just feel compelled. It's that. It's just this very natural thing that happens. You don't have to push it. It is just there. Let's get your final card right now, Deck choosers number 2. Let's get your final card, Deck choosers number 2. See what else I have for you here, because we've been going around the mulberry bush. We've been telling the same story as we pulled out these cards, maybe with a little bit more definition each time, but it's still the same story. going within, doing that inner shadow work. Whoops. Doing that inner shadow work with a lot of love. Coming out with a lot of love. Being able to embrace those shadows. And helping yourself, helping your divine client heal. Really seeing that happening on retreats, kind of a one-on-one. And so if you normally do some group stuff, consider doing some one-on-one. Okay. Three of Swords. Yeah, reversed. It's, to me, this is almost like setting your mind free. Right? Setting it free. That's what I'm seeing here. There's no need to try to balance things out. We're all about that loving embrace. And so it's again, not normally how I would interpret it, but that's what I'm feeling. It's like this freedom, like you're dropping all the weapons. You still have boundaries. Don't get that twisted. You still have boundaries, but it's not like you're always at the ready to have to defend. So that's what I have for you, deck choosers number 2. With that, I say peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 3. Here we are. This is your business energy reading for April 2020. Doing things a little bit differently. I've been doing different things. I don't know why I say I'm doing it differently. It's just kind of been different almost every time. But I am going to do the reading. We'll also have some decks over here off to the side that are going to join us in the reading. I don't know how many. I don't know how. It's all kind of a surprise to me. The first thing we're going to do is to get your mantra for April 2020, deck choosers number 3. So what do we have for deck choosers number 3? Business energy reading, April 2020. Here we go. It's upside down, so give me a second to turn it right side up. I release my need to be perfect. Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay. I release my need to be perfect, and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. That feels beautiful, deck choosers number 3. Let me tell you, I liked the other ones, but I'm in love here. I release my need to be perfect and center into my commitment to serve the world more love. You'd be surprised what happens with your ability to love and be more compassionate when you release perfectionism. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, so we're starting off with, this is, I don't even think I explained this in the other decks. These cards are based off of Dr. Emoto's work with water. Yeah, I didn't explain it in the other decks. So he actually co-created this deck with someone else. Here it is. We pulled Wisdom of Resonance. The Wisdom of Resonance. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what that means, how that flows into the rest of the reading. But if you're letting go of perfectionism, I think you would be moving into resonance lots quicker. So let's see what we got here. We have got the Goddess, birth, and spiritual growth. Wow, that is some powerful stuff. What are you about to pull out here, deck choosers number 3? I'm excited for your April 2020. The Goddess, birth, and spiritual growth. Let's see, we've got the Ocean of Eternal Love. For those of you into numerology, that's 44. We've got Thinking of You, which is 29. And Peace, which is 26. There's just a lot going on here, deck choosers number 3. This is beautiful. So the story I'm seeing so far is an up level. It's a definite up level. Let me look a little bit more at these cards. So the Ocean of Eternal Love, healing, creativity, and fertility. The Goddess, okay. Thinking of You, a loving thought, serendipity. Okay. Not necessarily with birth, but it could be a birth of a new idea, birth. Remember I said up leveling a second ago. I need more of a sense of a birth of a change in business, maybe a pivot. I don't know. Let's see. And spiritual growth. Let's see below it. We have peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I'm definitely sensing this more of an idea of an up level. When you up level, that necessarily means that you do shed some things, you embrace other things, and you're taking others along with you for the ride. So I'm actually really excited for your clients. To be perfectly honest, I'm very excited for your Divine Right clients. So let's see what else we have for you. Deck choosers number 3. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to go on the journey with you too. What is it that you do? Let me know down in the comments what it is that you do. Because it just feels like April's going to be an amazing ride for you. Right? I'd love to go on that ride with you. So let me know what you do below in the comments. Got a couple of cards here. We've got the 5 of Swords. And we've got the Fool reverse. So this is not your first rodeo, right? It doesn't feel like this is you coming out of the gate. Like I said, this is you going through an up level. You've gone even through an up level before. You know what it's like to kind of go through that almost process of purification so you can rebirth and come into something new. This is not your first rodeo. And you know that it can almost feel like you have to, the 5 of Swords normally means like internal strife, really within an organization. But this isn't about internal strife. This is inner strife, which is okay because that's part of what's going on here, the healing, the creativity coming through, and you're just letting all that internal strife go as you go through this up level. And like I said, with the Fool being there, normally I'd say, oh, you're not curious, you're not wanting to go do the thing. But this is just, it's not your first rodeo. Now let's go here first. Let's see what else we've got for this journey. That, like I said, it's not just about you. Of course, you are your business, so it is about you. But it's not just about you. This is like some kind of fun adventure. Yeah, we'll see those cards in a second. But there's more than this. That you're going to be taking your clients on, right? So it is about you. It's about your business. It's about a total up level. So I'm excited. Deck choosers number 3. Let's see what we got here. Come on. Okay. So on this as well, we've got the 4 of Cups. So I like that stability there that I'm seeing. Kind of like that emotional stability that you have to have when you're going through an up level, because it can really throw you out of sorts. We got the 9 of Cups. Yeah. And we've got the King of Cups. You've got a lot of cups going on here. So we have a lot of stability, a lot of what I call the wisdom of dealing with emotions. So it's stable. You understand how to deal with them, how to really channel them for yourself to move forward with. And then we have the King of Cups reversed. And you're like, oh, what happened? Actually, it's not bad. It's like when I think of traditionally myself anyway. The way I think of the King of Cups, when it's upright, it's like I'm in control of my emotions. I have them kind of on lockdown. And that's not what's going on here. You've learned how to use your emotions to channel things that you want, right? And that's part of this up-leveling process. And that's what's continuing to go on here with your King of Cups reversed, is that you're not having them on lockdown. You're able to let them out, to let them take flight, to help let them out so they keep helping you manifest exactly what it is that you want. So that's pretty darn exciting, guys. Chooser number 3. Are you kidding me? I think we got a card. Let's see what we got here. Temperance. All right. So this is actually a really lovely card to get, because it's about balance. It's about, to me, integration, or finding your own homeostasis. There's a lot of water here that continues our, like, that this is an emotional journey to bring them on. And look up here with spiritual growth. We got a lot of water. We got a lot of water. We got a lot of fire, essentially what's going on. Fire fuels change, so I'm happy with that. But down here with temperance, we have it again, right? That it's not that they're on lockdown, that you're still using them. Look at these goblets. You're still using this emotion for manifestation, but you've learned how to bring it together, how to have balance through integration. And your balance, deck choosers number 3, is different from my balance or your friend's balance or whoever you're following, their balance. It's all different. It's all unique. That's what's beautiful about temperance. It's for you. What it means to temper within you so that you can have that control, that growth. And this is actually literally reminding me, and I haven't said this in the other ones. I don't even know that I said this at the beginning of the video. I did a webinar where I talk about how to unhustle your business. But in that webinar, I talk about the effervescent flow of magic, or rather the magic of effervescent flow. That has, I'm just seeing it with this temperance card, which is why I'm mentioning it. So if you haven't seen that webinar, definitely look down in the description and grab it, right? Just click on it. I think it's like 30 minutes long, but I think it's going to really serve you. I talk a lot about your own balance and being part of the magic. So it'll make more sense once you see the webinar. So I highly suggest that you watch it. So what I'm really loving here is the resonance. I love that. Of course, these are water cards. There's water here as well. But that you will just resonate at a higher level. Why you up leveled? It's awesome. That's what April is about for you. And then, of course, your mantra, I release my need to be perfect. This isn't about perfectionism at all. Emotions tend to actually make us more imperfect. Let's just be honest. But we become perfected in that journey. So I release my need to be perfect and center into my commitment to serve the world more love. Resonate love, my friend. All right. With that said, peace, joy, love to you